Stop everything you are doing right now. You have no idea what just happened behind the scenes of one of the most talked about franchises in the league. We are looking at a potential shocker involving a star quarterback and a dynamic backup that could change the future of the league as we know it. This news is just hitting the wires, and you need to hear this before anyone else. Is this the move that finally saves the season, or a gamble that backfires? Before I reveal the names and the massive contract details, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for the fastest NFL updates, and tell me in the comments, what is your name and what city are you watching from? I want to see our community growing from coast to toast. Now, let's get into the details of this developing situation. I am reporting on a significant shift in philosophy within the Cleveland Browns organization that could lead to a massive change at the most important position in sports. According to a new report from Zach Jackson of The Athletic, the Cleveland Browns may be looking to move on from Shedeur Sanders sooner than anyone expected. The name gaining serious traction in league circles is Malik Willis, the current backup for the Green Bay Packers. This is a story that encompasses draft strategy, free agency value, and a total shift in offensive identity. Malik Willis has been nothing short of efficient during his time in Green Bay, stepping in for Jordan Love and leading the Packers to key victories. His performance has caught the eye of the Cleveland front office, which is currently evaluating if Shedeur Sanders is truly the long-term answer for this franchise. The Browns are in a precarious position where they need stability, and Malik Willis offers a unique blend of experience and dual-threat capability that is currently missing. Let's look at the numbers because they tell a story of a player who has matured significantly. Malik Willis has thrown 68 passes over the last 2 seasons, but the efficiency is what stands out. He has completed 52 of those attempts. That level of accuracy, combined with his 26-year-old frame and elite mobility, makes him a tantalizing prospect for a team like Cleveland that is struggling to find a consistent offensive rhythm. While Shedeur Sanders has shown flashes of brilliance, the consistency hasn't been there, and the front office is reportedly concerned about his progression under pressure. If you look at the tactical impact, bringing in Malik Willis would require Kevin Stefanski and the offensive staff to completely reconfigure their playbook. Shedeur Sanders is more of a traditional pocket passer with some mobility, whereas Malik Willis is a game-changer with his legs. This would force opposing defenses to account for the quarterback run in a way they simply don't have to with Shedeur Sanders right now. The Cleveland Browns have historically struggled to find a franchise savior, and the revolving door at quarterback has been a constant narrative for decades. The decision to potentially dump Shedeur Sanders for a free agent like Malik Willis would be a bold statement that the team is prioritizing immediate results and a different style of play. Zach Jackson points out that Malik Willis won't command a massive top-tier contract in free agency this March, making him an incredibly attractive option for a Browns team that needs to manage its salary cap carefully while still improving the roster. We also have to consider the other options on the table. The Browns have 2 first-round picks in 2026, which they could use to reset the position again, or they could look at a trade for someone like Mac Jones. However, Malik Willis represents a lower-risk, higher-upside veteran move that doesn't cost draft capital. When you compare Malik Willis to Shedeur Sanders, you see 2 players at very different stages of their professional development. Shedeur Sanders is still learning the nuances of the professional game, while Malik Willis has already proven he can win games in relief for a high-powered offense in Green Bay. The Packers have done an excellent job of rehabilitating Malik Willis after his difficult start in Tennessee, and Cleveland wants to capitalize on that growth. Offensive coordinator Tommy Rees has publicly backed Shedeur Sanders, stating that they are seeing the right progression and want him to continue making good decisions. But in the NFL, public support often precedes a private search for an upgrade. The Browns are looking for someone who can find ways to score points and move the ball consistently, and the statistics suggest that Malik Willis might be better equipped for that role in the immediate future. Looking at the financial implications, Malik Willis would likely sign a deal that reflects his status as a high-end backup or a bridge starter. This allows Cleveland the flexibility to keep Shedeur Sanders on the roster as QB2 or move him entirely to clear space for other veterans. The locker room dynamic is also a factor. Malik Willis is known for his humility and work ethic, traits that have served him well in Green Bay. Bringing that kind of presence into the Browns locker room could be exactly what a young team needs during a transition period. We have seen similar situations in the past where a change in quarterback sparked a late season or postseason run for teams that were previously stagnant. Think about how many teams have found success by pivoting to a mobile quarterback who can negate a poor offensive line performance. If the Browns' offensive line continues to struggle, Shedeur Sanders will remain a sitting duck, whereas Malik Willis could escape pressure and turn broken plays into first downs. This is the kind of explosive potential that has the Cleveland front office reconsidering their entire 2025 and 2026 outlook. We must also acknowledge the risk. Moving on from Shedeur Sanders so early could be seen as a failure of the scouting department.
However, the NFL is a results-oriented business, and if the staff believes Malik Willis gives them a better chance to win, they will pull the trigger. The narrative around Malik Willis has shifted from a draft bust in Tennessee to a reliable winner in Green Bay. That is a testament to his resilience and his ability to adapt to different systems. If he can bring that same adaptability to Cleveland, the Browns could finally have a stable platform to build upon. As we approach the offseason, the pressure will only increase. Every snap that Shedeur Sanders takes for the rest of the season is an audition, not just for the Browns, but for the rest of the league. Meanwhile, Malik Willis continues to prepare in Green Bay, knowing that his stock is rising every time he steps on the field. The connection between the Browns and Malik Willis is more than just a rumor. It is a logical step for a team that needs to find its identity. Whether they decide to commit to Shedeur Sanders for one more year or make the move for Malik Willis will be the biggest storyline of the Browns' winter. We will be watching the waiver wire and the free agency reports very closely to see if this blockbuster move comes to fruition. It is a fascinating time to be a football fan, especially in Cleveland, where the drama never seems to end. The possibility of Malik Willis taking the reins from Shedeur Sanders is a scenario that would have seemed impossible a year ago, but in today's NFL, everything moves at lightning speed. We are entering a phase where teams are less patient with young quarterbacks and more willing to experiment with different archetypes. Malik Willis represents that new wave of thinking. As we look at the upcoming matchups, pay close attention to how the Cleveland offense operates and whether they start implementing more designs that would suit a player like Malik Willis. The transition may already be starting in the minds of the coaches. Thank you for staying with us through this deep dive into the Browns quarterback situation. We will keep you updated on every development regarding Malik Willis and Shedeur Sanders as more information becomes available. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. Would you rather stick with the rookie or go for the veteran mobility? This is the kind of debate that defines an offseason, and we want to hear your voice.